So it's heavy tank weekend on the European server, and I thought I would take out one of the well, sort of less common seen, but actually really good German heavy tanks. This is GamerDom. I'm taking a look at the Tiger P today, which is the Tier 7 German heavy tank. It obviously carries the infamous Tiger name, and it has a lot of similarities to the regular Tiger. This thing. It also has quite a lot of differences. For the historians amongst you, you're probably well aware of this, but when plans were laid down to build a heavy German tank that would carry the fearsome 88 millimeter gun, there were two factories given the brief to do it. One was the Porsche, and the other was the Heinkel factory. Heinkel won, and that was the Tiger 1 that was originally developed and went into production. The Porsche, which this version of the World of Tanks Tiger is based on, was unsuccessful, and largely because it had mechanical problems. It was far too sophisticated. I mean, the Tiger 1 wasn't the most reliable, shall we say, but the Tiger P Porsche version was highly unreliable and was considered to be far too difficult to build and maintain in battlefield in wartime conditions. So it was scrapped. The hulls of many of the tanks that were built as prototypes were then converted into Ferdinands. So yeah, interesting. So the Tiger P, it sits at Tier 7, as we said. You get to it via, well, all roads, one road through is through the Panzer IV line. You can then come to the VK 3001P and then onto the Tiger P, which then leads down. The Tiger P line ultimately finishes up with the Mouse, the infamous Mouse. The Tiger 1 has alternative routes to get to it, so you can come the same way but come in through the VK 3601H and then onto the Tiger, and then through the Tiger 2 and through to the E100, equally infamous as a vehicle. Or you can also come through this route here, the VK 3001H. I just said that, didn't I? Anyway, whatever. So they're both Tier 7 heavy tanks. The Tiger P is actually a really good vehicle. Let's have a quick look at the research on it. It takes a bit of unlocking. That's your only problem with it. It's fairly limited. It has a lot of modules, and you will need to do the tracks fairly early on because that takes your load capacity from 60.5 to 65.5. You really want to get to this Top Gun as quickly as you can on this, because that's the strength of it. It's the 88 L71, the infamous L71, which is feared throughout the war as being the most efficient, one of the most efficient tank guns in the war. However, on the way you've got some other options that are reasonable. The L56 short-barreled 88 is not a bad gun. It's not as good as the top one, but it will manage if you fancy it. There's even a dirt version. The 105cm howitzer is an option. I wouldn't recommend that for any long-term play, but if you working your way through and grinding this tank, that's a possible option. But let's have a look at the tank in a little bit more detail. So the Tiger P has 50 hit points less than the regular Tiger at 1450, which is not bad. It's actually pretty reasonable. It's slightly heavier than its brethren at 62 tons. The regular Tiger is somewhere around just under 60 tons there, 58 tons. Okay. Its engine is also slightly smaller. It has a slightly smaller engine, and it's at 670 horsepower, and that combined with its increased weight means its top speed is a little sluggish at 35 kilometers per hour. I wouldn't say it's slow, but it's definitely sluggish. You're not going to be the first into the battle, put it that way. Where it does win out over the Tiger, and the Tiger has some pretty reasonable armour for a tier 7 tank, however, as we all know, the problem with it is it's completely flat across the front here, and this lower plate here, much as though they've tried to put tracks on to mitigate that, the lower plate here is so big, shots going in there will almost always penetrate of anything you're fighting against. Tiger P is better. You can see it has big plates of armour bolted on the front here, literally bolted on the front, and the machine gun post here and even the driver's hatch here have all been strengthened. The lower plate is better angled and is also better armoured. So the frontally, most of this front is 200mm of armour. So if you angle correctly, you will bounce a lot of shots with this tank, and you do regularly. It's basically a Tiger with armour. So 200mm on the front, which is pretty darn impressive. Hull and rear armour is 80, but that's flat, so that's not so good. Turret wise, frontally it's 100, and you can see there's spaced armour here. So frontally really well armoured, this vehicle. Good turret frontal armour, good gun mantle, really good heavy armour at the front. Turret wise is also not bad, 80 all round on the turret. So you've got turret and hull both at 80mm. However, they are pretty flat, so the secret of this Tiger P is keeping your frontal armour facing the enemy as much as you possibly can. Once they're around you, unless they're very low tier, they're not going to have too much trouble penetrating you. View range is 380, which is also not particularly great, but it's not too bad. It's about the same as the Tiger. There you go. I stand corrected. 380, I suppose, for a tier 7 isn't too bad. Signal range is good, 700. German tanks have really good view range, always. Always seems to be the case. So what about the gun? So the top gun on this thing, and there's quite a selection, as you can see. As you saw on the modules, you've got the dirt gun, if you so wish, the 105cm, which is quite useful and quite fun to play with, but bearing in mind this is a tier 7 tank, so it will see tier 9s from time to time, and 105mm shell isn't really going to do that much. It starts with the 75mm, which is not great either. You need to upgrade that gun as quickly as you possibly can. But then the 288s are pretty good. The short barrel one is not too bad. It's an okay tank gun, but it's really, this tank is all about getting to the long 71, the top 88 gun on this. And this is a gun you'll see repeatedly through the German line. You see here Tiger 1, Tiger 2, VK45P, oft B, the Panther 2, the E75, the E50, blah blah blah. So basically pretty much everything's got this gun, and it's a really good gun. Pretty reasonable rate of fire, nearly 7 rounds a minute, which for a big gun is not bad at all. Penetration with standard AP is 203mm, which again is pretty pokey, but it needs to be, because you will fight tier 9 tanks. APCR is a little bit underwhelming at 237. The jump up from AP to APCR is not great. However, 237 is pretty good, so it will give you that little bit more when you're up against a tougher target. HE is only 44, but it's only an 88mm, so it's really only the very high caliber guns, the 120s and so forth and above, that have very good HE penetration. Average damage is pretty acceptable, 240 for the standard round and the APCR, 295 for the HE. Dispersion 0.34, which is pretty reasonable. Aim time 2.9 is a little bit on the slow side, but well within workable realms. To improve that, I take gun lane drive, because that gives it 10% better aim time. Also take vents, because that improves all the skills of all the crew, which includes aim time and load time, so that's good as well. And also gun rammer, because it's a tank, and you need to take a gun rammer if you possibly can to speed up the rate of fire. So there you go, that's the Tiger P. It's not I don't think it's as nice as the Tiger 1 looking, but it's probably a better tank in World of Tanks, which is kind of ironic. Iconic Tiger 1, probably the least effective versus its reputation in real life in the game. You can have some monster games in this, don't get me wrong, and that gun is fantastic. However, it's not as terrifying as it was for the poor souls that actually had to fight this for real. Whereas the Tiger P is pretty pokey. This extra armour coupled with the same gun, it is pretty good. So anyway, enough chitter chatter, let's go and see what it can do. Okay, so here we are on Erlenberg. It's a tier 7 game, so we've got top tier, which is nice. It's not an ideal map really for this sort of tank. These are close-in, brawly type tanks, the Tiger P. But it's got a good gun, has got some frontal armour, so let's go and mess it, see what we can do.
Microphone activated.
Just check my mission. Don't think I'll do it in this match.
Microphone muted.
Got to destroy or damage at least 5 internal modules or crew, and destroy 3 tanks for the second condition. So it's just luck really, but you really need a bigger caliber gun, derp gun ideally, to do that kind of mission. So we're heading up here, and I'd like to get some shots on those guys coming up. So we can put a shot into the Oni, because he's a very powerful tank. Sat there a bit long there, but you can see we took, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hits, and we bounced 4 of them. I'm going to be able to pen the Oni from here. Another ricochet. The Oni has such powerful frontal armour at this tier. What we want at the moment he starts moving, we've got a chance. His side armour is negligible. Okay, that's going to be heavy. Ooh. Ow! Didn't expect the second one to be there, that was a bit silly. Him off. Yeah, rate of fire of this tank is pretty good. Try not to hit me friendly Oni here. Tracked him, he's tracked me. Reload what he does. Another one into him. Okay, we can win this exchange. Oh, I bounced it. Oh, somebody else got him. Oh, KV2 got me. Oh well. Not the best game in the world. You see the frontal armour of this tank. It bounces things. It bounces a lot of things, especially if you can get a little bit of an angle on it. Can I hit that VK? No, can't hit that VK. Now it's giving me a shot, right? Don't know what the VK is trying to do, he can't out-snipe. Have I? So what's he using on this thing? Oh, he's got that big gun, 150 odd millimeter gun. Our base is under threat though. Gotta get around the side of this Oni. Can't just keep firing blind at his front. That's it, they're coming around the back of him now. Trouble is our base is under threat. Oh my goodness. This keep yourself alive. 80. Yeah, you're just showing off your weak spots, mate. You're going to be hit time and time again. Look at that. Penetrated. Oh, one went right through the heavy armour. But the others hit that machine gun thing, and that's the weak spot. Pretty much all the bumps and doodahs on these ATs are weak spots. So we know the Churchill's in there. Can you kill the Churchill? At least get a reset on him. Yes, he can. Good. Come on, one more shot, you've killed him. Churchill's missed. Finish him. Oh, you duffed a shot. Come on. You do it. Oh, and he's now firing the OI. Why don't you just finish off one target at a time? Finish one target before you move on to the next one. Takes a gun out of the game. Now he's wasted his shot because somebody else took him out. Oh well, looks like we won this game. So I don't know why. I mean, it's another thing for novice, the younger, well, not younger players, but novice players, less experienced players. Is it's not. Yeah, you want to do as much damage as you possibly can in a game, and so fresh tanks to fire at are a good idea because you get more bang for your bucks, effectively, more hits for your, more damage for your hits. However, when you're in a situation like that AT7 was in, where you're up against it, you're up against several enemy tanks, you're better off taking out the opportunity to take out a low health tank. You know, because if you'd taken out that Churchill, luckily it didn't come back to haunt them, but it would have taken another tank out of the battlefield. Then the Hellcat was available, was a one-shot kill, could have taken him out, and suddenly in 2 shots you've taken out 2 tanks. Whereas if you kept firing at the OI, especially with the Alpha on his gun, it probably would have taken him 6-7 shots to take out that the OI. Meanwhile, the Churchill and the Hellcat firing at him, or anybody else for that matter. So, particularly towards the end of a game, particularly in the situation where you're outnumbered, take guns out the game. Shoot at the ones that you can kill easily. Take them out. Unless they're absolutely no threat to you. If they're a light tank that's got a pop gun that really, really not going to do any damage to you, even then I think take them out, because a light tank can get around the rear of you, and if he circles you, you can go down very, very quickly. Anyhow, that was a victory. 3rd class mastery wasn't particularly spectacular. Sharpshooter, but you did see the ability to bounce shots in that game. What did we do? We were hit 11 times and bounced 6 of them, and they were some pretty meaty guns that were firing at us, weren't they? T29, which is a very impressive tank, 25-2, also hit us. But the other records, I'm pretty sure one of the OIs hit us as well. So, you know, we bounced a lot. We bounced a lot. Didn't do much damage, but we bounced a lot. 11 shots fired. We hit with 10. So again, the accuracy of this 88 is pretty good. Only did 950 damage, which is pretty poor return, really. Blocked 900 with our armour. 25,000 credits, after cost 12,000, and we made 1800 XP, so not too shabby. Let's have another go. Okay, so here we are, Red Shires. It's a tier 8 game, but there's quite a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 8s. Going to head down the 9-0 line and try and use this really good frontal armour. The AMX 5100 is a threat to us if he's down that way, as is the WZ111, but I'm not too bothered about anything else there on their side, and hopefully we're going to have some support out on this wing. That's the idea. So yeah, they're coming. We've got an ONI, OI, Jag Panther I6. The Comet coming? Yeah, it looks like he's coming too. It looks like the AT7 is too. So that's all goodness. So trundling along here at a whopping 13, 14. Oh, going down to nearly 20, yeah, over 20 kph. Where we are coming downhill now. So I'm going to whiz down here. Now the danger area as you come up around here is you can be shot by the guys on the hill. If there's anybody over at F4 area, you can be hit. But they don't seem to have a scout out here at the moment. So what can we see? I6 is going in, which is good. Oh, and that's exactly what I didn't really want to see. Oh, and I fluffed the first shot. We reload, put one in. Oh, and I'm being hit from the right. So I'm being hit from the hill. 2 shots straight into my side. And oh, one into the top of the turret and one into the side of the turret. Wow. And we're getting really messed up here. We've got so many tanks, but I'm going to unashamedly use some of them as cover to get round. So, oh, and there's the WZ, there's, what else have they got here? Oh, the Tiger P. So, oh, and there's a Jag Tiger, and we've got loads of tanks over here. This is a right brawl. A right brawl. So, let's see what we can do. Bounce the Jag Tiger, but missed our shot. Oh, and here comes their Tiger P. He bounced the shot. I was going to fire at the T-29, but I was blocked by our Japanese big thing. I was about to shoot our I6 because I didn't realise it was him, but I finally get the shot into the T-29 and that's a good hit. I'm going to try and do a bit of side scraping off the side of these tanks, but there's just so many people in the way. Lower plate of the Jag Tiger, got him, beauty. Oh, I'm trying not to block anything, but I'm trying to make sure, and I take a shot from the Jag Tiger. But I put one back under his plate too. I've been tracked. That super heavy tank gets in my way, which is great because it blocks any further shots coming up here. Put another one into the Jag Tiger. Oh, bounce the Tiger P. So we're bouncing shots, we're taking shots, we're giving shots. We've already done 1,000 damage and we're only a couple of minutes into the game. Can we get a shot on him? We can track him in play? No, we didn't track him. I was trying to hit that outside wheel, but I missed him. This is all very, very intense. Tiger P ready. I can't hit that T-29, not when he's in that sort of position because his turret is so strong. Goes to Tiger P, put another one into his lower plate. He's trying to get on, he got one. Where did he hit me there? Another one straight into the cupola, look. Yeah, oh, and I got a shot off, but didn't hit anything. Worried about that. Yeah, there we go. And we finally track the Tiger. And here comes the Jag Tiger around the corner. I'm side scraping again off this Oni. It's an Oni. Can I get one into... Oh, and I nearly had the Tiger there. Just pulled back as I launched the shot. So it's been really intense. I'm trying to... Oh, and the Tiger's gone. That's good. The 229 started to fire HE at me there. So I'm going to move around because we're just getting each other's way there. And there's a Tiger there, Tiger 1, and the WZ11. We've got the OI, and the Jag Panther. God, I can't even read. And there's a Borsig. Okay, well I'm gonna... Can I get a shot on the Tiger? Yes, I can. And I can... Oh, and then he gets obliterated. Absolutely obliterated. Well, that was... Oh, and then I get a really good shot. I get lucky there. I bounced the WZ, and I put one right under his lower plate, so that was good. Can I get another shot into him? Yep, if he pulls forward like that, I can. Angle, 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 hope. Oh, there's a Tiger. Oh, and I bounce him again. He must be infuriated. Where was he aiming for? Yes, he hit me right on the big thick armour. I've lost my command. I hadn't even realised at this point. I've tracked him now at least. He's looking the other way. Can I get the kill? No, this 29 is going to stop. Yeah. There's the 29. Oh, and what's that? Trying to hit his cupola, but no, nothing doing there. It's just so busy around here. We've just got, and there's the Jag Tiger. What's happening around the other side? Oh, here comes the Borsig. Come on, let's get a shot in on... he's pulled back, so we can get a shot on the Tiger. Jag Tiger. Boom. He's trying to track him, but it doesn't matter anyway. He's dead. Okay, so I'm going to go up around the top here. Try and drop down on the... Oh, bounce the T29. Borsig's there, he's a real threat. Can I get a kill finally? Yes, I finally get my first kill of the game. Borsig just fired, so we can go. I've got HE loaded for the next shot. Hit him, nice, and get round behind if I can. HE's going to be loaded by the time I get there. Try and stop him there. Right into the back of him. 322. Won't get another chance, I don't suppose. No, he's gone. And they're down to 2 tanks. And we've won that game, that flank, and the game really. And that was a hell of a battle going on over there. Let's have a look back. I mean, look at the wreckage back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A lot of tanks down there. A lot of dead tanks. So it's really a question of can we get some more damage before the game's over. We've done 3,199 damage. 15 hits, and we received 15 hits. That's very symmetrical. But you can see this armour on this thing. Oh, there's the T43. I just take too long to take the shot. He's obviously AFK. So no more damage. I think the FCM 50T is going to be, I don't know where he is, probably over on the 1 line. Yep, there he is over on the 1 line. He's hiding over there trying to see out. So will I get any more shots in? I don't know. I'm going to push through. Yeah, so what I was saying, the armour on this thing is actually surprisingly good. I took a lot of shots, and you can see I got penned once through the top there. That was a hell of a shot that went through that thick armour on the gun mantle. And the other shots I took were early in the game. I took one, I can't even see it anymore, one in the side of the turret, and one in the, where is it? I don't even know where it was. I thought both on the side. So anyway, he's still alive, which is amazing. So will I get one more chance? One more chance, please. There he is. There he is. Can we get a shot? Can we shoot? Oh, come on. Give me something to shoot. Give me something to shoot. Oh, and I fired, what a waste, and then I had a perfect shot. Ah, damn it. Missed it, wasted that shot. I fired because I just got a bit frustrated, to be honest, and then he popped out and I could have had a perfect shot into his side armour there. He's coming out that side. Oh yeah, there he is. Oh, a snapshot. I was lucky, and I put him on fire. Beautiful. Nice job. So there you have it. That was an ace tanker in the Tiger P. And it was also my first mark of excellence, which is nice. Hand of God, which is survive and win a battle having received damage from at least 4 different enemy vehicles. Okay. Bruiser, shell proof, fire for effect, and Confederate. Always like Confederate because I just think that shows that you've been, you know, being a team player. I was dishing out the dirt. Look at all the tanks I hit there. That was such a scrum that was going on around that 9-0 line. I think we largely did a really good job of keeping out of each other's way to actually, you know, do the job. Finished top on damage, yeah, and top on experience. 3,462 damage, but only 1 kill. 1,377 basic XP. We fired 22 shots, 18 of which hit, and 15 of them penetrated for that 3,400. That's pretty good. We actually took 15 hits. Wow. I know we were bouncing shots, but I didn't realise it was quite that many. So we actually bounced 9 out of 15 for 2,460 damage, which is pretty damn neat. 53,000 credits after costs, just shy of 40,000, and we made 2,000 XP, which is very, 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 very satisfying. So yeah, really, really good. That's the Tiger P in action again. So there's the Tiger P. Here we go. Got my mark of excellence on the barrel. Very nice. So I think it's a really good, solid German heavy tank. Accurate gun. Pretty surprisingly good armour if you get in the right kind of games. If you're getting tier 8s and 9s, then yeah, good luck. But in his own tier, even against some 8s, it'll do pretty well. And it's a good fun tank. It's probably more forgiving as a vehicle than the Tiger 1, but it is, as you saw in those games, supposed to do 35. Yeah, don't think it's going to happen too often. But it's a good tank, really enjoyable to play. And I recommend working your way through it. It leads on some very interesting tanks as well, so down towards the mouse, so which looks a whole load of fun. So anyway, it's been Gameredon. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Have you gone down this line? Is it what do you think about the Tiger P? Is it a tank that you would like to get, or are you only a Tiger 1 person? I got both. I'm greedy. But whether I keep this one or not, I don't know. I doubt it. But you never know. I may have a change of heart. Whereas the Tiger 1 I will keep because it's the iconic tank. So anyway, it's been Gameredon. Thanks for watching. Please consider giving this a like and maybe subscribe for more videos. Let me know what you think. If there's anything you want me to cover off, please let me know in the comments below. And yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Be careful out there, enjoy yourselves, and just remember,